Hello, thank you. Thanks for coming and turning in. Let's go to school. This video, we're going to multiply. Hopscotch, if you ever notice, you would have a person move from one, they have two legs and two, three, or they try to land with both legs on two and three, hop to four, and then do five and six and seven, and she's covering it, but this is eight, nine, and then 10, and then try to come back down as fast as possible. So that's why they call this hopscotch math, because what you're going to do is really do a diagonal. You're going to take one number here across to this side, and then the other number over here to the other side. So if we were to do this, we would simply look at our step. And your steps, you make sure you are crossing diagonally, that's here. So you're going to do 35 times 5. And you keep your equal sign in the middle. And this 5 looks a little off, so I'm going to erase it here and do a better one. And this dot here means times. So I'm going to times, make it look like a dot, equals is here. And then this is 7 times x, and that's where we get our variable. So if you're looking at your rules, you hop to an opposite angle, just trying to get you to think through how you can remember 7 times x and 5 times 35. And then you go ahead and let's multiply. I'm going to multiply over here 35 times 5. I know you guys have calculators, but I'm just going to do this to make sure it's right. Okay, so anyway, here you are. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 3 is 15, and this is plus 2, which is 175. And you can do some mental math here because 25 times 4 is 100, and then another one would give you 125, and then you could add on to 5 more cents on each 5 sets, which would give you another 50 cents. So anyway, you have 175 over, or 175 over 1, or you could say 175 equals 7x. So you're going to get rid of this side and take care of the variable. So your 7 is here, and you're going to divide 7 on both sides. This is going to cross out and give you a 1, which is going to be 1x, or you could just simply write 1x. And then we have over here 7 divided into 175. 7, our increments, it's not 3 because 7 times 3 would be 21, so 7 times 2, which is 1, 4, which is minus, sorry, I'm writing it at an angle, gives you 35. 7 goes into 35 5 times. You get 25 equals 1 times x. So 25 equals x is your answer. And do we want to go ahead and redo this and see if this works? So if we were to put 25 up here in x's value, we did 7 times 25 and 35 times 5. Hey, are those the increments? Well, 35 times 5 is already 175. So we're going to ask ourselves if 175 equals 25 times 7. See if it does. That looks like a 15, but that's a 2. Let me erase that and make that a little bit better. So 25 times 7, 5, 3. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 175. So we have 175 equals 175. So that's checked off. Now let's try another one. Practice problem number 1. Here's the situation. It's been done for you already. You cross multiply 12 times 3 is over here. 4 times x is over here. 4x equals 36. For those of you who know multiplication, you know that 4 times 9 is 36. So x equals 9. We get ready to check. You put this over here. You had this 36 over here. Does 36 equal 36? And it does. Some of you can do the mental math and go on ahead and say, hey, this 36, I already know that has to be 9. Do that if you want, but this is just showing you the steps in case your teachers in school are making you show these steps and multiplying. Okay, so this is it showing you that the answer is checked. Okay, this is the last video on this this practice problem 2. Same concept. A lot of people want to start this one by going on ahead and taking out these zeros and just saying I'll do 3 over 7 over 5 over x, and that's okay if you want to do that, but then you have to remember that if you do 3 over 7 equals 5 over x, when you add back 3x equals 35, you have to remember that you got to add 2 zeros. You have to have one for this column and one for that column. And that's okay. Just remember, you have to do it. Anyway, we didn't hear, we just went ahead and went hopscotch, got our partner 30 times x. Hopscotch went and got this 70 times 50. 30x equals 3,500, and then we divided this out and we did this times 130, and then these crossed out and we ended up with an x, and this became 3,500 over 30. And then when you do this out, 3,530, we went over here, but you can do it here. You cross out a 0, and if you take a 0 from here, from this side, you have to take a 0 from this side. So this was done over here. You took a 0 out, so you took a 0 out, that's why there's an x through it, and now it's 350 over 3. People who are using any website to check this, to see if it's right, they left it here, because if not, this is a fraction, comes out to 110 times 110 and 20 over 30, or 2/3 times, and it gets to be this really cumbersome number that your teacher probably just wants to see that you can do math, and then you've got to add 3,300 and then add plus 2/3, and then you've got to turn it back into a fraction, so you just leave it here at 350 over 3. Thanks for watching.